mainly on baseball right now, and the whole 60 game season that the commissioner is trying to put together for the owners, for the teams, and the players, and what MLB is calling a summer camp. So Friday, Mike Trout has came out and said that he has a lot of concerns about this season being played out. His wife is 1 month from delivering the baby, right? So he's really concerned about that, and we all know Trout is the highest paid baseball player, probably just in sports in general. His contract extends to 2030, and he's owed over 420, I think over 425 for those last 10 years. So he's good with the money, right? So the concern is really, catching the coronavirus, giving it to his wife, and possibly to the unborn baby. And I can definitely understand, and I get that. And not just Mike Trout has these concerns. Other players and managers and staff in Major League, they have the same concerns. And I don't know. I don't know what's really going to happen. I know a lot of sports are just trying to get things together and trying to, kind of cram everything in. Look at the bubble in NBA in Orlando. The season's supposed to start this tournament at the end of this month, and with MLB, and a lot of players too, they were getting advance payments, so they're really playing on the pennies of the dollar right now because they already got a lot of the money up front back in March. So I didn't think a season was going to happen. I think many sports fans didn't think a season probably would happen, but there's a lot of growing concerns, and there's some managers and staff and some players that are going to sit out, and there's other players as well too. They're ready to go. They're talking to their family and saying, hey guys, stay out the salons, stay away from bars and things like that. Let's just try to stick this out right now because we want the baseball season to resume, make the money, and then after, I'm not saying that they're saying, hey, go to the salons and get your nails done and just be careless, but they're trying to make this season happen and we all know when it comes to athletes, they have a certain time span to be athletes. It's a short lifespan when you're in athletics, and you got to make the best of your years, right? And if you're in your prime, you don't want to just miss out a year. Just a miss, but I know we're in a pandemic right now, and we all know that the numbers in the United States are growing daily. I guess, again, the death toll, as I mentioned yesterday, was over 130,000 in the U.S., and a lot of the states in the South, Midwest, they are growing by the day, and we had a record the other day at I think 55,000 cases, right, that were reported. So there's a lot of growing concern, and I understand it. Me personally, and I love sports. I love it. You guys know, been a writer. I had my own sites, wrote for other sites, so I love sports. Been watching it since I was young, and currently, and I want to see sports just like anyone else. But at the same time, I want to make sure everybody is safe too, because if we keep spreading this virus that people think is just a flu or a cold, it's just not a good thing for everybody, because you know how a virus is spread. It goes to one person, then that one person gets someone else the virus, and then it goes to 5, 10. You see how that goes. The number keeps climbing, and it doubles and triples and quadruple times more. And I think that's just scary. It's just, and now once that's spread, it, we don't know who's going to not just get sick, who's going to die, who's going to survive, what effects it's going to have in your system, your body, and things like that. And I think these are growing concerns, and I understand that, the major leagues are trying to make the money. There's billions that's being lost, just by not the season happening even right now, and just having, just a shorter season. I don't know. You guys got to let me know. Do you think it's worth it? I personally don't think it's worth it. But again, who am I? I'm not the one cutting the checks for the players, for the managers, for the coaches. I'm not putting, how do you say, fannies in seats. And we'll know that if the season does presume for the 2020 season, there's not going to be any fans. But I think another concern too is the travel. A lot of the players and the managers, they have to do a lot of traveling if the season's going to resume for this year, and that's a big concern in itself. And they're not even going to be in the bubble like the NBA in Orlando. So they're going to be traveling to different cities like Oakland, Cleveland, New York, so forth and so forth. So I think it's putting a lot of people at risk and danger of COVID-19. But again, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of naysayers that saying the virus is a hoax. Don't be scared. If you're young, if you get sick, you're gonna heal from it. You're going to get over it, and it's just like a flu. Like, we all had the flu. I don't know. We all had the flu. We all have gotten sick, but this is another ball game. This is another ball game. No pun intended. And I don't know. It's just, again, I've never been in a pandemic before, and we're all experiencing that now. I just say everybody, everybody be safe. I think we'll all get through it. God willing, and just take your time with it. But Mike Trout, he has his concerns, and he's a big voice. He's arguably the best player in the major leagues for some time now. So if he's coming out saying there's concerns, it's almost like LeBron coming out saying the bubble, we shouldn't do it. If LeBron says that, there might not be an NBA. So if Mike Trout is saying that, I'm not saying there won't be any baseball, but that holds weight. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think that holds weight, or you think it's bigger than Mike Trout's $500 million contract? Is it, the owners? I know they're the billionaires in the capitalist society we live in. I know they have the control and the power, but do you think Mike Trout has his pull too? So I want to hear what you guys think about it. I don't think they should play the season. I think, just in general, I think this sport should kind of chill for a little bit, but I don't know. It's one of those things where you just don't know. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because if you sit out, and they don't have the season, players are not getting paid. The organizations, the teams are losing money. I don't really care too much of the owners, guys, because they're already multi-billionaires. Fans are saying, hey, if there's no sports, I'm walking away from it. So if there's no NBA, I'm not going to be a fan anymore. So if somebody says that to you guys, if you're going to walk away from the sport because of the pandemic, you really wasn't a full-fledged fan in the beginning. A true-blooded sports fan, they can step away and say, if there was no sports for a year or two, and still love the game, because it's in your heart, it's in your blood, it's in your nature to support and love those sports teams and or those sports leagues. So I'm really hoping that we all get through this safely, and time is flying by. The pandemic started, for us, that we understood it and noticed it back in February, March. We're in July now, and I think once we start to understand more of the whole coronavirus, how it's spreaded, how everybody that is contracting it, how can we not contract? I know with the whole mask, social distance, and I think the more time that goes by, we're gonna learn more of it, which is good, right? So, and again, guys, thank you for your support, and make sure you subscribe below, and let me know what you think. Again, I got questions for you guys, and let me know in the comment section, and peace and love. And again, I got more content coming. Look out for the next video. It's coming soon. Take care.